What's going on, everyone? It's Tay, aka Slay, who has been away for forever and a day. If you follow me on Twitter, you know that I proclaimed that I am definitely going to take this YouTube ish more seriously in 2020. I want to give it a good college try because I haven't. Um, One, this is not the video for me to explain why I've been gone. So let me get right to the point. um, I'll tell you more about my plans towards the end, but I talked about it on Twitter and I didn't get around to filming this video this weekend. I was talking to my roommates and we're talking about dating and relationships and romance and things of that nature. And as most of you all know, I'm not about that life right now. I'm focused on my goals, but that doesn't mean that I haven't been there. And I know we're all grown here. Most of you all are around my age or a little bit younger, maybe even a little bit older. Holla at me. But we've all been in the dating pool, as it were. We've all been in relationships that weren't quite the right fit. And one thing I tell people, and one thing I had to learn to stop doing, is stop trying to fit square pegs into round holes. What does that mean? Well, it means a couple of things. Like, we were having this conversation, my roommates and I, and many of you know, one of my roommates is my best friend, Anthony Wan. And, but we weren't talking, he wasn't the one we were talking about. We were talking about my roommate, Corey. And he's been actively dating, meeting new people, trying to find his person. And there have just been several situations where we're talking and he's telling me about a new woman and she'll have an issue with some aspect of his personality or one of his interests. Like, we're all geeks in this house, okay? We all watch The Mandalorian every Friday or every weekend when we're all at the house at the same time. You know, we make it an event, okay? I ordered every piece of Baby Yoda merch that doesn't come out till May 25th of 2020 because I want it in my life, okay? You all know I am a cosplayer. I read comic books. Hell, I got into fights on Facebook about about the rumors that Michael B. Jordan may be playing Superman. There is a black Superman that exists in the comics, and people are so upset because they're like, "Oh, it should still be Henry Cavill." And y'all know I love me some Henry Cavill, but even the executives at Warner Brothers have been like, we don't know how to make Superman relevant in these times. What do we do? And I'm like, bring some of these other characters out. Like, you know, and I had to educate them. And I was like, and also, Wonder Woman has a black twin sister named Nubia. They need to bring her out. But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. So, like I said, we're all geeks in this house. So if I was out here dating and somebody was to say, I can't stand comics. Okay, that's fine. I'm not saying that when you're in a relationship, you guys have to share every single interest. Like, that would be boring, right? If you and your partner had every single thing in common. You liked the exact same food. You hated the exact same food. You read all of the same books. You watched all of the same movies. Like, I would lose my mind if my person was a carbon copy of me. Like, AJ and I have a lot in common, but we have those differences besides him being a man and me being a woman that make our relationship, our friendship interesting. So the difference here, let me see if I can find another example just off the top of my head. So as I was saying, we all have collectibles. I have they're not on display in my bedroom right now. But we have a bookcase, a bookshelf, and a TV stand in our living room. And they're full of the Infinity Gauntlet. They're full of, we have a TARDIS cookie jar because AJ and I are Whovians. We love Doctor Who. We have, what else do we have on there? I have DVDs of She-Ra and He-Man and Thundercats. No, I don't have G.I. Joe. We have just everything. We have My roommate went to Disneyland and he made himself his own R2 unit, that's on display. And yes, it works. He scared his own dog with it. And in my roommate's bedroom, he has all of his collectibles, all of his action figures. Yes, toys on display. And that's who he is. And that's how he's proud of who he is. And he brought a girl home and she was just like, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with a man who has toys. And it's like, it's not like he's playing with them. And he told me that he's like, no, if she and I were to work out, I would put him away. I was like, maybe I'm just too headstrong. Because no, I don't feel that you should have to put away, which is the physical representation of you hiding an aspect of yourself that isn't harming anybody because it makes her uncomfortable. Okay, if she can't deal with the fact that you are a nerd, are a geek, and collect, action figures of the fandoms that you're a part of, why try to make the square peg fit into the round hole? Again, it'd be like, okay, it makes me a little nervous, but if things were to progress, you could have your own room and you have that, you go, I just don't have to look at it. Like, there are ways to work around that, but for you to flat out be like, no. It's like men sliding into my DMs looking at my beat face and going, men don't like all that makeup. You think I give a damn? If you don't like women who wear makeup, then go find you a barefaced bitch and leave us alone. Like, I'll be damned if you think I'm going to stop something that, one, helps my mental health, and not just because it makes me feel pretty. Like, the act of applying makeup actually is like a walking meditation for me. And it helps me get in the right mindset for the rest of the day because my mind is focused on applying things in the right order and in the right place. So no, I'm not giving that up unless I say I don't want to wear makeup anymore. I'll be damned if I'm like, well, he doesn't like it. And it's weird what people will do to get into relationships. It's like, I've been that person who will hide aspects of myself or pretend to like things to make that person think that we have things in common. And that does nothing but breed resentment. One of my friends who is an ex-boyfriend, he lives in Boston. When we dated, he loves him some NASCAR. Yes, he's white, but he loves him some NASCAR. No shade if you love NASCAR. Do you. That's exactly what this is about. Please do you, and do you to the fullest. But I don't like NASCAR. I don't find it interesting. I'm not going to shade anyone who does. I'm not going to be like, I'm not just going to give you the side eye, like, how can you like that? I'm too grown to do that. But I'm like, okay, that's what you like. That's fine. But I was so desperate to be in a relationship. I was like, all right, let me suck it up and tell him that I like NASCAR too. So every Sunday we sat there and watched NASCAR. I was bored for 3.5 hours every Sunday. But I was like, well, this is what I have to do to keep this man with me. And, but on the flip of that, I had never really watched football until I got with this person. So there's a difference between saying flat out, I will not do this. This does not interest me. I am not going to try anything new, anything out of my comfort zone. And then being willing to do something and then, oh, I have a new interest. Going back to what I was saying, I never watched football until, even though my brother, who's 10 years older than me, played football all through high school, I still never watched the NFL. I started watching with Adam, and I fell in love with it until whatever happened a few years ago that I'm not going to talk about because I don't want people finding it and coming in my comments. But, I loved football. And I was happy that I discovered that about myself. So I'm thankful to Adam for that. But going back to me being a cosplayer, I don't demand that the man that I end up with be a cosplayer as well. You know, at some point we're going to get too old. Our body's going to be like, no, you're not going to another convention. Okay, you need to sit your ass down. You know, or if he and I have kids, then yeah, we'll brave it for our babies. You know, but yes, I would love to have somebody to do couple cosplays with. But I'm not going to demand, like, if you're with me, you're going to have to do this, or we just can't be together. No. If it's somebody who's like, hey, like, I do love comic books, but I can't do crowds. You know, those things tend to be extremely crowded, and hell yeah, they are. Oh my God. The difference between the very first Comic-Con that I went to the last one that I went through, oh my God. That's a story time for another time. But yeah. Like, I'm not gonna demand somebody go to conventions with me or cosplay, because I've seen that it turn out badly. One of the last Comic Cons I went to, AJ was with me. We were walking behind a guy and a girl. I think the guy was a brony, and the girl was dressed up as another My Little Pony character. And I don't know what they were arguing about, but the only thing that I heard clearly was her go, listen, I did this for you. I dressed up for you. I don't have to be here. And I don't want to deal with that if I'm in a relationship. That you just sucked all the fun out of my day. No. So it would be a downer. It's like, I'm just never going to go with you. No. Mm-mm. It's also different if he's just like, I can't believe you like that. That's disgusting. Why would you're a grown person dressing like cartoon characters? What is wrong with you? No, I will not date somebody who insults the things that I like, that tries to belittle me for the things that I like. I am one of those people who truly believes that you should never have to dim your shine to make another comfortable. I truly believe that you don't have to do that. You know, it saddens me that so many people are so pressed to find a relationship that they're willing to shut parts of themselves down, or shut themselves completely down, just to keep somebody with them. And then if that person ends up leaving, because all that does is breed resentment on both sides. And I've seen it where somebody has gotten their way with somebody. They've gotten this person to act like a completely new person, and they have completely shut them off from all of their friends. And then they got bored. They got bored with their little puppet, and they went to find another puppet. And the first puppet, who's a friend of mine, was just lost. She was like, I don't know who I am anymore. It took her therapy and a lot of love and care from us and her family to help her find her way back to herself. And it's sad because this person damn near broke her and took the best years of her life. You know, she was a little bit older than me. So it's like this woman wanted children, and she forced herself to believe that she hated the idea of having children because that man did not want children. And then by the time she got away from that relationship and felt strong enough, she had entered perimenopause. And she actually did try, and she just couldn't. And it's like, I refuse. I don't think it's worth it to do that. Yes, relationships, any kind of relationships, friendships, familial relationships, romantic relationships, all relationships require some level of compromise. But when you compromise to the point where you're compromising your integrity, your sense of self, your self-worth, your sense of the safety, how safe you feel, your sense of self-love, if you sacrifice all of that, then you truly have nothing. And I really want, if you're hearing this, if you're watching me, I really want you, if you do not already, I really want you to learn how to love yourself enough to say, I am the way I am. I am the way I'm meant to be. And yes, people grow, people change. But I love who I am. I've worked hard to get here. And the person who is right for me is going to love me as I am. I don't have to do backflips. I don't have to juggle pistons on fire. I don't have to learn how to play piano with my toes in order for love to find me. And I want people to stop thinking that they have to play by some level of rules, some set of rules, that they have to make the square peg fit into the round hole in order to keep someone with you. Because that's not worth it. It's not worth it. And that's all I really want to say. Otherwise, I'm going to start repeating myself. I love y'all so very much. Thank you for sticking around if you're still here. I promise, in 2020, I'm coming at y'all, uploading as much as I possibly can. I'm in a job where I have off every other Friday, so there's really I don't have the excuse of I don't have time to film. So I'm coming at y'all next year. I have the week between Christmas and New Year's off, so I might just grab my phone and upload my thoughts daily. I'm not gonna make any promises though, because y'all might not see me till January 13th, because I say I make promises and then I get lazy. But I'm gonna try my best to fight that. Anyway, I'm done for now. I'm gonna give you all leave. Please keep yourself safe. Tell the people in your life that you love them, and don't feel that you have to compromise yourself to keep somebody with you. I know there are a million videos you could have watched today. I thank you for coming to Slay.